All right, moving along. Carmen, there's something I think that we need to address because I think the world is kind of sleeping on this topic, and I don't think anything is done by mistake.
Oh my.
I think everything is done for a reason, and I think that people should pay attention when stuff like this is going on. You know, this is the age of information, the age of technology and awareness and information. Like Cat Williams told us in the beginning of the year, this is going to be the year of truth. You know what I mean?
He did say that.
Things are going to be coming to light.
Words.
And I believe that a lot of people are feeling that something is about to come. Don't know what it is, but something is about to come. And not to spook people out too much, but if you start looking at some of the signs, you know, we're getting closer and closer to this world war. A lot of things are going on in the Middle East. There's a lot of things happening with our economy. There's a lot of things happening with just tensions in our own country. The debt is crazy. There's a lot of things going on, you know, with politics and global politics, right? But to add insult to injury, additionally, we have a whole bunch of billionaires deciding to build survival bunkers all like within the end of the year. Not one billionaire, not two, but multiple. And I was just like, you know, why the sudden interest that everybody's just like, yo, let's go, let's hurry up and get this shit done pretty quickly. By
the end of this year.
Yeah, by the end of this year. Make it very clear. A lot of them are constructed to be completed by the end of this year. So, there's an article here. I found a video too. I'm gonna play the video real quick. And we'll react to it.
Now, billionaires have many obsessions. Supercars, ice baths, exotic animals, you name it, and billionaires usually have it. But off late, they seem to have a new obsession. Bunkers. The top 1% are building bunkers. Mark Zuckerberg is constructing one in Hawaii, and it's worth $270 million. $270 million. It's almost like a status symbol now. But why do the super rich need bunkers? Are they trying to survive a war? Maybe another pandemic? Or an apocalypse? Do they know something that we do not? Our next report tells you.
What's the shit you see on
Blast resistant
right.
Equipped with its own food and energy supplies. This is a 5,000 square foot shelter located underground in Hawaii. The price tag of the project is $270 million.
Fuck, they burnt all this
shit down. If you want
to
survive an apocalypse,
exactly. Nothing is done by mistake, in my opinion. But yeah, you're right. That fire, I already knew as soon as those fires were happening in Hawaii, it's like they're about to come up. Because before you build, you have to destroy. Mm-hmm. That's just how shit is done. Like before they came to the new world, they had to destroy the world that was already here to create the new world, you know?
Exactly.
Is the place to be. Who does this belong to? Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg. The billionaire is building a bunker, and he isn't the only one. Former PayPal CEO Peter Thiel tried to build one in New Zealand. Bill Gates has plenty of underground security areas.
I did hear
apparently,
that if the world
one
was to, like, flood and like kind of start over, and the Titanic plates was to shift, New Zealand would be the new safe zone.
You said it would be or would it?
Would be.
Would be, yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. So we get the idea, guys, right? I don't have to go play the whole entire clip. There's a bunch.
I was interested.
You're interested? Okay, cool. We'll finish this up and then we'll get to the talking. All right, cool.
Depending on how long it is.
It's only 3 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Each of his homes. Of course, these are the higher end ones, but you could get yourself a basic one for $500,000.
Oh, that's not bad.
It's almost like buying an expensive car. And for billionaires, it's a good way to use some loose change. But where are they building them? Apparently all over the world. But a popular choice seems to be New Zealand. It's attributed to its secluded location, Which brings us to the boom in the companies building these survival shelters. Some of them are just basic shelters. They are underground, they have all the essentials, you can survive there for a few weeks. But a handful of them go a step further, like this one project that includes an island fortress. This is not just a bunker. The entire island is like a fort, with an inflammable moat. Basically, if you try to step foot on the island, it will burn down. But you will be perfectly safe inside the underground bunker. Sounds perfect for a zombie apocalypse. But why are the super rich building bunkers? What are they so scared of? In the last 5 years, the world has survived a lot. A global pandemic, 2 wars, climate change. Some of these bunkers have registered nurses, a collection of drugs, decontamination booths, medical supplies. One even has a full-fledged operating table.
Guaranteed spot in the bunker
you can
if you're a
survive
nurse.
anything in there. It's almost like modern-day Noah's Ark. If you are in the bunker, you are likely to survive almost all catastrophes. But it's not for everyone. It's only for the chosen few. And here, Noah is not making the choice. The world's super rich are making it for themselves. But beneath all these underground bunkers lies a dark truth. It's that death is truly the great equalizer. And the super rich, just like us, fear it too. They cannot buy their way out of it, even with these underground bunkers and fortresses. But that hasn't stopped them from trying.
All right. Initial thoughts, Carmen. What you think of this so far? I know you already knew about New Zealand because it seems like that's a hotspot where a lot of people are going.
I remember. I don't mind me girl-splaining, but basically, like, if there was to be like a great flood or you know, let's say like, I'm not saying global warming isn't real, but let's just say like all the ice plates was to melt. The new safe spot in the world would be New Zealand. Like you would have the least amount of like trouble weather-wise.
I find that very interesting because with New Zealand, it is very isolated, but it's already an island, and it's
I think
like,
it's just higher up.
Okay, so maybe the altitude that might be it. Because what worries me about New Zealand is that you got Antarctica right here, and if ice starts melting, I would think that
it might have been something like along the lines of like if the tectonic plates or something like moved,
right?
Like I remember specifically watching. I'm into like those kind of videos.
Yeah.
In a couple different videos was like, New Zealand would be the new like safe spot.
Okay, and that makes actually sense because, you know, a lot of these things, they move around and shift, right? Like at one point, India was not connected to Asia at all. India used to be like floating around in the ocean somewhere.
The Indian Ocean?
Yeah, literally. Like it was out in the Indian Ocean, then it eventually went into Asia. And as you guys know, like some of the map fits into like puzzle pieces. But back into the video, one thing I noticed is that all these bunkers that they're building are on islands, not on mainland.
Where most people can get to them.
Exactly. So whatever is coming, what they're thinking of is being isolated is
enough
more
to like, okay, well, you have less people to deal with.
Exactly. So, because it's funny, because in my brain, I'm thinking like, okay, if something was to happen, I want to be on mainland so I can get around and get to multiple places. But then thinking about how the world works, that's not pretty much going to happen. Like the way how
something like a zombie apocalypse. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What are y'all talking about?
Well, they are like zombie genes and stuff like that. Like they are like certain things that it's possible actually. So like, let me see. I probably won't be able to find it, but I don't know if a zombie apocalypse is if it's actually going to be real or if it could be something else. It could just be like honestly like a nuclear attack, right? Like if World War III really pop off, you just want to get away from any close targets. You know what I mean?
That or some radioactive like people.
Right. Or just another pandemic, another like you know what I mean, what we just had, because you know
just worse. I
yeah,
guess.
and just worse. Like what happens if you know COVID-24 pop up and like literally that like it starts just
like instead of
people.
like getting sick, you're just dying.
Yeah. And yeah, like all this stuff can be possible. Scientists have revived a zombie virus that spent 48,500 years on a frozen pyramid. Look, I'm gonna be honest. I fuck with science, but some of y'all gotta chill. Like, you know what I mean? Some of y'all need to relax. Some things you don't need to rediscover. You don't need to like unfreeze. I don't know if you heard, but you know they're trying to like bring back Jurassic Park. Like they're doing like the real live Jurassic Park. Like
Yeah, every movie that we've seen, they're trying to do the same thing.
yeah, I was just like, yo,
we didn't see the outcome.
right? We've seen plenty of examples of why you shouldn't do this, and you're just like, let's do it anyway. Like they literally are trying to recreate dinosaurs. They're starting off with
someone's trying to get a T-Rex steak because they're just like, got to eat it.
Gotta have it. Yeah, like I gotta have the T-Rex steak. Like fucking beef ain't good enough, nigga. Like y'all
like what if in this food drought we got extra large animals to eat? Right.
But then they're trying to bring back the woolly mammoth first. That's like one of the first things they're trying to bring back.
I swear to God, every time I hear someone say that, I just know it's just because someone wants to see a hairy elephant. That's what it is. That's the truth. That's what it is. That's all it is. Someone wants to see that. They're like, no, regular elephant isn't good enough. We want to see an extra large hairy elephant. Meanwhile, elephants have hair. It's just not a lot.
Yeah. You know, where my brain goes, I ain't gonna lie, is kind of destructive, but I think they want to bring woolly mammoths back because if a cataclysm does so happen again on this planet, right?
Mm-hmm.
A comet hits us, the Earth starts shaking and things, whatever.
Yeah.
Our Earth is going to freeze.
Yeah.
We'll be into another ice age.
Mm-hmm.
What would be a great animal to have around that has a whole bunch of meat and fat and hair to keep warm?
Maybe those invasive fucking pigs we already have.
They're like maybe they're not big enough. Maybe we need elephants. We need hairy elephants.
Have you seen a wild boar? Those things get to like a ton. Like,
oh man!
Don't start me on my board. Like,
yo, like, Carmen, this is Carmen's biggest op. Like I just realized, like you
look at the pictures.
This is Carmen's
like they need
biggest op,
like tractors to move them.
Yeah. Nah, like they're
America's biggest op. Yeah. Like those things are killing people. Look how many people die from boar attacks a year.
Okay, let me see. How many people died from boar? We documented 163 separate reports of fatal wild pig attacks that resulted in 172 human deaths. On average, 8.6 human deaths occurred annually due to wild pig attacks during those 2 decades. I ain't gonna lie. You don't really hear about pigs killing people at all. And for the fact that
I'm saying.
the fact that they out here dropping niggas like it's fucking like drive-by shooters in fucking Atlanta or something. But
and they're smart.
Yeah.
And like they know how to like escape traps.
Yeah.
They let their friends out of traps.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's why they're letting it run rampant. We could have the wild boar and the woolly mammoth around here, so we have options.
I think they're like, we don't want swine.
Like,
what does elephant even taste like for people to be like, nah, I want to eat that mammoth?
Yeah, I don't know, but
who's to say someone can control this fucking bulldozer? You can't even control an elephant. Elephants want retribution.
Nah, people they be training elephants like they got them in the circus, they got them in
elephants
zoos.
Be wanting retribution. They be coming back with vendettas against people. Like an elephant never forgets. They will like murk you.
Yeah,
they like tell their children like, "Hey, this is the guy."
Yeah, stomp on that nigga.
Stump on his head, squish his brain like a grape. Like
the real big steppers.
Yeah, and imagine like one bigger than that.
Yeah, nah, that's
like
crazy.
the ones that we already have.
That's
You heard
fucking
about the
crazy.
elephant in India that like killed the old lady and then came back and like
Went to the grave?
ransacked her funeral?
Oh yeah, I did see that.
You know how personal that be? Like, what did you do to piss him off?
Yeah, she did not fuck with that. That was her op. She was just like, nah, I ain't fucking with that bitch.
Like, fuck that bitch.
Fuck that bitch.
It was on site.
Hey, so guys, I don't going back to these bunkers. I do personally believe that if something was to happen, then bunkers are probably the best bet of safety, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a movie called Greenland. I don't know if you've seen it before. Let me see. Show you a picture of it. I really love this movie. I love survival movies. So like, this is a really, really good movie. Basically, spoiler alert. So this guy, him and his wife were separated, right? Mm-hmm. But there was a comet coming, like you're supposed to be able to see it from the sky or whatever. So like everybody was getting excited to see this comet, the comet in the sky, whatever.
Oh wow, that's like something that's supposed to happen within our lifetime.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I know. It gets better. So this guy was a contractor, like he specializes in building buildings, right? Mm-hmm. So he gets to his house and he gets a special message saying that, hey, you've been selected during this time. We need you to go to this base. And you can only take your family. So it lists you and his son and his wife as who's allowed to go. Nobody else. Right? So meanwhile, he's having a party with all his neighbors. Mm-hmm. They come in.
Where you guys going?
Yeah, all the neighbors are in. They're all about to watch the comment, and meanwhile, he's just like, "Yo, did you see that message on the TV?" Blah blah blah. And his wife didn't see it, whatever. But anyway, they're counting down the comments, and then nothing happens, and then just boom, it fucking hits the state of Florida, takes out Tampa, and it sends. They live in Georgia. It sent ripple effects all the way up to Georgia. And everybody's freaking the fuck out. And they're like, okay, so now the news is showing what happened to Florida. It just wiped it out. And so now they're like, holy shit, what the fuck is happening? So,
imagine being in Florida. You're like, damn, that thing's getting close.
Close, bro.
Oh,
yo.
Shit, it's getting hot.
Yo.
Oh.
So now you got all these people trying to race to these bases. So now, like, the neighbors are just like, they didn't get the message. So now they're all freaking out because only he got the message. Yeah. And so now they're like having to figure out where to go. Basically, all the military is taking certain people who are going to go to a location.
With certain qualifications. Basically.
Exactly. Certain skill sets, certain qualifications. And they take them to a bunker. And yeah, it's a great movie. It's a really, really great movie. I really enjoyed it.
Where can I stream that?
This is on...
go back up to watch movie.
Where do you see that at?
Hit watch movie.
Oh.
Hulu?
Yeah, so it's on Hulu. I thought I saw it on Netflix. But yeah, great movie. But I believe that all these things are telling us something.
Top hill.